week has been like a great week for me in terms of shows that I love are getting licensed. I mean, Michigo Chihachin got licensed by Funimation. Lost Girl is going to be released both seasons 1 and 2 in America. Now Sailor Moon is getting a brand new reboot, and I am super excited about this, obviously, as a huge Sailor Moon fan. So this reboot, this is a reboot of the anime. It's not going to be like Dragon Ball Z Kai where they're kind of remastering it. They're going to be redoing the entire story with new animation, new art, and this time they're actually going to stick closer to the actual story from the manga, which is great news for me because I love the manga. Like, I love the Sailor Moon anime because of nostalgia and what it meant to me, but the manga is so much better in terms of how it tells the story, at least to me, and the characters are much more have a little bit more depth in it. Sailor Moon, Usagi's character isn't as ditzy and kind of lackadaisical, and she's more assertive with her powers. Rei, who is my favorite, Sailor Mars, she is a lot more, like, her relationship with Usagi is really different. I mean, in the manga, they're all very close and everything. There isn't this kind of, like, cattiness that they kind of have in the anime, and Rei isn't like this boy crazy chick that they made her in the anime, which I never liked. So I'm really happy that, you know, now we get to have her back, and no more Chad. Hate him. Ugh, hate him so much. And, you know, Hakura and Mashiru will get together. Then of course we'll have Sailor Venus will get her epic sword, and that battle will play out differently. And, you know, we'll probably get to see the suicide that happened in the Moon Kingdom, get more into the whole stuff with Beryl. Hopefully we'll finally get to delve in more with the generals and stuff and things like that. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to work. I'm excited to see how the new animation is going to look, and I really am excited that this is going to stick more in the manga, because the filler, like, while there is some filler and some changes that I obviously do like that the original anime did make, you know, it had a budget, had to use all that stock footage, it had to be really redundant at that time. So now I get to have Sailor Moon and see it in animated form the way it is written, and that to me is just so exciting, and it's amazing news. And Sailor Moon is as old as I am. I'm 20, Sailor Moon is 20. It's like this is the best news of my week. It's just like I'm so excited. I'm so happy. But there are stuff I will miss that will probably be changed. The relationship between Naru and Nephlite, that's probably not going to happen. That was something I always liked from in the original. The Doom Tree series, that little arc, actually I don't really dislike it. I actually kind of find it kind of fun, but that will be gone. I'll kind of miss that. The relationship between Zoisai and Malachite is probably not going to exist anymore because they weren't a couple in the manga. So that's sad to see go, because that ending was also very well done in the original story. But at the same time, I'm also glad that, you know, Chibiusa Rini will be less annoying, because the anime, like, ups her up to a level of annoyance that is just ridiculous. Where in the manga, she's a very sympathetic and more interesting character, and like, she's an annoyance to Usagi, but her character isn't as much of a nuisance that they try to make her look in the anime. And the manga is very dark and grim about how some of these people die. So I'm really interested to see how they make all that stuff work out, and have them, you know, still have the development of the characters and grow more in their personalities, but to also now stick more to the story and not try to add those kind of, like, you know, like pop culture references and stuff like that. It'll be more focused, and that's just exciting to me. Like, this is great news for me as a Sailor Moon fan, and I'm so excited, I'm hyped, and I am ready for this. And someone asked me on Tumblr, like, what do you think is going to be the fate of the original? People are always going to have the original. I mean, I still love it. I have my bootleg copy of it. If they ever release it, like, officially, I'll still get it, because the original holds value to me. And I don't think it's entirely bad. I just think that when you compare it to the source material, you can tell how they wanted to make anime back then, especially epic animes like that were making so much money. They wanted to drag it out. They wanted to add filler and make it last as long as they could. So they dragged out stuff that really didn't need to be done that way, and they toned certain things down. And this one will be made for adults. That means you get the sex. That means we get the the LGBT relationships. That means we get the cross-dressing. That means we get all that stuff, all that suicide, all that fun stuff that they never really got to have in the original to the degree that it was in the manga. So I'm really excited to see how that works out. And I mean, I don't think that the original will go into obscurity, because I think that it also is a very important stepping stone for the magical girl genre. But I do think that once this comes out, there's going to be this huge bridge between people who like the original series more and people who are going to like this one more. It's going to be like Fullmetal Alchemist and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, basically. And I feel like I'm going to be on the same side I was. I'm going to prefer, to a degree, than the new one, just because I feel like it's going to tell the story in a more concise, better way. Like, when it comes down to it, while some filler episodes may be fun or entertaining, you don't need them. They don't make the story better, they're just simply there. And so, for me, my mindset is, like, if they're taking away the stuff that just drags the story down, the story can only go up from there. So, I'm excited. Are you excited? And, you know, what are you excited to see them put in from the manga that wasn't in there before? What do you kind of said it might be taken out, since they're going to go more like the manga? And are you open to the new art that they might have? Because it's going to be a new art style. I hope it's going to look like the manga art style. I think that would actually be really good. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Sailor Moon's going to be back, guys! Finally! Now all we need to do is get them to reboot Cardcaptor Sakura, and then we'll be all good.